guys, if you're new here, my name is Andra and I make commentary videos on pop culture and media, and today's video is not gonna be a long one, but it will be maybe a bit of a more heated one because this made me very angry. So today we are talking about Logan Paul and his Islamophobia and racism. This is not something that I thought I will talk about because I was one of the clowns who believed that this guy has changed. Not only that, but I don't know why I believe that he's changed, because I've not seen anything other than one speech in his podcast. So I was just a clown. This is all I can say. When he first filmed that man in the forest, I should have known that this guy is a racist, because to go to this forest specifically from another country, another continent, where there are issues around people being worked to death, like literally, because capitalism on steroids is going on in Japan, because the topic of mental health is not discussed as much in other countries as it is in like America and Western Europe. As much as I like to shit on the West, this is one aspect which you guys have miles ahead of the rest of us. Like, I'm from Eastern Europe. It's not good. you can't talk about mental health because people are very religious and they see like depression and therefore like suicide. They see that as the worst thing you could do, because it's the greatest sin in the Bible or whatever. So they will not try to help you. They will rather ostracize you even further and try to scold you, which obviously doesn't help when you are actively suffering from mental illness. And I know there is similar mindset in East Asia about kind of what a man is meant to act like very strong, like traditional family roles assigned with, you know, the man has to be strong and this kind of stuff, and they have obligations and duties to the family. Therefore, we just don't know what would drive a person to do that in particular, but we have a few examples. So to go into that place where, again, I'm gonna reiterate, people are getting worked to death. They are getting heart attacks from working too much in that country. In that way, the work culture in Japan is really, really toxic. And to go there to make fun of it, it's just disgusting. Like, I don't know why I thought that he changed. So the reason why I'm making this video today is because after the whole conversation about Liam Payne being on the podcast of Logan Paul called Impaulsive, there was this comment that he made separately, which was horrible towards Zayn Malik. The thing is, okay, so when Liam went there and he was making negative comments about Zayn, everyone was with the pitchforks going insane because, oh my god, Liam is betraying someone who's supposed to be like a brother to him, blah blah blah, like, oh my god, so outrageous. But this guy literally makes a comment that is bigoted and no one says anything. Crickets on the internet. Drama channels didn't pick the story up. Like, they picked the part with the beef between Liam and Zayn. They picked that up because that's juicy, but they don't pick like the serious social issues, and it's upsetting and angering me beyond words.
What direction was that guy facing? Mecca?
So first of all, this joke, if you don't think that it was bigoted, if you think it was just an innocent joke, because get it, like, it's actually factual that they are facing Mecca when they pray. I don't give a fuck that you think it's funny. It's not fucking funny to laugh like an animal when you say something like that about a culture that is not yours. I'm sorry, it's not funny. I will laugh my ass off about things that are to do with my culture. Like, me and my boyfriend, because we're both Slavs, we always make jokes about like vodka, gopnik, whatever. We make those jokes with each other because we are part of the culture. It's not fucking funny to laugh like a fucking monkey when you make jokes about Muslims.
I know the guy who beats up Gigi Hadid or whatever.
Yeah.
What's it?
Beats up like regularly.
No, not beats her. Curses out her mom or something like that, right?
He hit her mom.
It's culture.
He hit her mom.
Can't do that.
You can't hit a girl's
You can't hit your girlfriend's mom. You can't hit any mom.
This guy goes, it's cultural. This guy's wild, bro.
You say he beats her up all the time.
What do you have to say? If it happened once, you don't think it might have happened another time?
So maybe it's cultural.
Listen, whose culture?
British people.
That's is it British culture? It's British culture.
Yeah.
The Brits.
Why? Where's that guy from?
It's from England. He's from England.
He's from England.
He's ethnic.
Which,
Oh, you narrowed that one down, bro. I'll give you that one.
While I agree that he was wrong, if he hit their mom, or Gigi and Bella and Anwar's mom, if he hit Yolanda, obviously that's fucking wrong. I don't need to be here and like explaining why that's wrong. However, how disgusting is that shit? And the fact that there is a black person sitting there talking about how like Muslims are violent, Muslims are this, Muslims are that, when these same stereotypes are used against black people as well, like what the fuck is wrong with you? You should know better. I'm sorry, but like this whole thing is just disgusting to watch. It's disgusting. Saying that it's cultural. It's cultural to be violent if you're a Muslim. Shut the fuck up. What the fuck is wrong with people? I'm sorry, but I literally I'm so like outraged. I just want to like burrow myself in like a fucking like tunnel and just live there outside of this society. If this is a cultural thing for Muslims to beat up women or whatever the fuck this person is saying, why the fuck in white European countries there is domestic violence rate like super high? Why? These are not Muslim countries and the Muslims are a very small minority. Why the fuck in like places like America and the UK as well, when the majority of people are white, the majority of population are white, so you can't tell me that it's only the people of color who are doing these things and the white people are all there innocent and the people of color are raising the statistics of violence because they are so violent that they are fucking raising the statistics. You are so smart. You are so fucking smart. And on top of that, he's English, yeah? That's correct. He's English with part of the family being Pakistani. He's not English but ethnic. He's a British fucking citizen born in Britain. I do not care. It's literally like, it's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. They sit there and laugh. Like, here I am, a fucking ethnic person in the UK. And what am I even supposed to say? What am I supposed to say? I'm gonna fucking say it. Să-ți fie rușine, Logan Paul. Ești un om dezgustător. Ești un om fără principii. Ești un om extrem de fals. Tot ce faci este pentru reputația ta. This is a fucking ethnic person. This is what I'm gonna say as an ethnic person. Go fuck yourself. This is genuinely so disgusting. Look at the shit that he was saying when the whole like BLM movement was at its peak, let's say, because of the very terrible murder of George Floyd, which did not get justice to this day because, first of all, this sentence was not enough for the guilty person, and secondly, I think it was only the main one, like Chauvin was the one who was sentenced. So this is still something that didn't get justice, and Logan Paul was trying to fucking build clout on the base of that. He does not care about people of color. You either care about all of them or you care about none of them. You can't use these stereotypes about how these people are violent and then say you support black people, because other people use stereotypes against black people as well. Like, you are disgusting.
It is not enough to be not racist. You have to be anti-racist.
Yes.
Unless they're Muslims or Arab or fucking not even Arab because he's Pakistani. Unless they are from South or Southwest Asia, then that's okay to be racist.
Knowing all this about America, its racially charged background, its inability to truly treat humans as equals, even after 244 years since its inception, we must now work towards finding the solution.
Do you know who else America does not treat as humans? It's not just black people. It's the millions that were killed in Iraq and Afghanistan over lies. Over fucking lies. It's the fucking millions that are starving in Yemen right now because of the Saudi blockade, which is sponsored by the US, who is buying fucking oil and whatever else the fuck they are buying from Saudi Arabia. Like, I'm sorry, I'm cursing a lot in this video, but this is ridiculous. Like, you say that black people are not treated as humans, which is correct. So many races don't treat them as humans. But then you don't realize that Muslims are not treated as humans.
And on behalf of George Floyd and the hundreds of others who have been unjustly murdered in this country, we must evolve.
I wonder when this evolution that he's talking about is gonna include paying for war crimes that your country has committed, not talking shit about the people that your country is genociding since a few decades back. When is that gonna include charging Bush for the war crimes that he's committed? Like, I'm just wondering all these things. Like, you say that we must evolve. You're still like, you're barely a human being. Like, I'm sorry, but you, what the fuck? I never thought that I would just like sit there and watch 4 men, one of whom is black. Again, I'm gonna say that because I don't understand how the fuck you as a person of color don't have any semblance of solidarity with other people of color. I don't understand this mentality in 2022 when you should fucking know better. You see 4 men laughing about how Zayn is not British, he's ethnic. What the fuck does ethnic even mean to you? Like, just because he's not white, you're saying that he's not British? He's literally born in Britain. So with this principle, does that mean, I don't know, you have let's say a Mexican family went over the border, had a baby in America. Is that baby not American? Should that baby not have equal rights to the white Americans? Is that what you're saying? When in history do we draw the line? Do we go back to like 200 years ago when the Jewish immigrants were starting to come to the US? Are you gonna say that they are not real Americans? Do you draw the line with the black people? Are you gonna say that they are not real Americans? Like, what the fuck are we even doing here? What is this bullshit? He is whatever he wants to identify as. If he wants to say that he's British, he's British. If he wants to say he's Pakistani, he's fucking Pakistani. Like, don't fucking try to dictate what people should identify as when these are like literal, obviously, I'm not talking about people like fucking all London. I'm talking about genuine people who have complex identities like me. Because I have families from different like places, like part of my family, obviously I'm born in Romania, so much of my family is Romanian, but I also have part of my family with Russian roots and with Tatar, which is like a Turkic group of people living by like the Black Sea. I have roots with that. So there was a time when I was identifying more as like Turkish, just because people don't know what Tatar is, to be honest, in the English language. That's the main reason. Like, I can't think of any other reason. There is no flag on like emojis on Apple and Android, like nowhere there is no flag. We have a flag, it's this on the screen. So there was nothing for me to like explain to people. I didn't have the energy to like explain to everybody from zero what my cultural identity is, so I was just identifying as Turkish for simplicity's sake. So whatever Zayn wants to say, if he wants to say he's British because of his accent, if he wants to say he's Pakistani because of the color of his skin and the way that he looks and stuff like that, then that's his fucking right. Like, are you actually insane? And on top of that, Zayn Malik is not even like fully Pakistani. So I would understand, well, no, I wouldn't really understand, but I would understand the confusion on an American person. If both the parents of Zayn were Pakistani, I would understand some sort of like confusion when it comes to self-identification. Because I think a lot of people who are, let's say, again, like I'll give the Mexico example again. Obviously, Mexicans in America deserve equal rights. However, I think a lot of Mexicans in America prefer to self-identify as Mexicans rather than Americans. From what I'm seeing on the internet, I'm not from America, correct me if I'm wrong. This is just pure observation. I'm seeing on the internet that people prefer to identify as their ethnicity. So like Latino people or whatever. This is just the example. So if both his parents were Pakistani immigrants and they went to the UK, gave birth to him, I would maybe understand the confusion. However, one of his parents is English and Irish, so one of his parents is full fucking white from this fucking island. This island of fucking shit. Like, he's literally half Pakistani. He's not that ethnic. Like, obviously more ethnic than someone like me who's white. But you know what I mean? Like, he's not... I don't understand the use of this word. Just say he's like Asian or like, I don't know, something. Even if he wrongfully said that he's Arab. Because a lot of people are confused. If you're Muslim, oh, you must be Arab. It's obviously not correct. But even that would be better than ethnic. I think it's just like, it's insulting. It's horrible. And the fact that no channels are talking about it makes me sick. People who are actively involved in cancelling Liam because of his comments on Zayn are now nowhere to be found defending Zayn during some actual shit, aka Logan Paul making racist and Islamophobic comments on Zayn. Hence proof no one actually gives a fuck about Zayn. No, of course not, they just want to shit on Liam Payne because he was a bit cringe in his like the conversation in the podcast. He was a bit cringe and people are trying to pick on that. And that's all. They don't care about like serious systemic issues. The way Twitter was rocked the day Liam said bad things about Zayn, but today there were some serious and racist comments again about Zayn in a Logan Paul podcast, and it doesn't do noise. That says a lot. I 100% agree. It says a lot about the priorities of American people and the not just Americans but the English speaking internet. Because I think that's where the problem is. It's like American people will like start a trend and then everybody copies like fucking parrots. Yeah. We couldn't care less about what Logan Paul has to say, but it's 2022 and privileged and disgusting people like him are getting away with being Islamophobic and throwing racist statements at Zayn just because Zayn said no to hanging out with his brother. Yeah, so remember that this doesn't stem from any dramas between Logan and Zayn directly. The only reason why this is a thing is because Zayn and Gigi, she talked Jake Paul, Logan's brother, and called him ugly and irrelevant. This is what this is stemming from. Gigi making a tweet saying that he's ugly and irrelevant. So this man's ego is so fragile that he probably cried to his brother about it, and now his brother is like angry on his behalf because oh my god, Uga Buga, toxic masculinity, testosterone, oh my god. And yeah, they're just, I don't know what to say. I'm just exhausted. I'm so angry about this whole thing. Like, I don't think you've seen me shout so much in a video, and like I apologize for all the swearing, I apologize for the anger. I'm just very passionate about this because I have a lot of Muslim friends and a lot of friends from this part, like either South Asia or Southwest Asia, like the Middle East. What you call the Middle East is not really a correct term, it's a colonial term to call it the Middle East, but whatever. So this part of the world. And I have friends from like India as well who are obviously not Muslim, but they experience quite similar methodology of oppression, let's say. Like they use the same stereotypes and the same tropes against everybody, like Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, even though Indians are majority not Muslim but the others are. So it makes me passionate because these are people I care about, and the fact that I'm seeing all these movements that are amazing, like Black Lives Matter, movements for the LGBT, Stop Asian Hate, and like other similar movements for the like for example, Native Americans have their own movements against I'm trying to think of like one, I don't know the name of it, but it's, you know, that one with the women who are getting kidnapped a lot in America. So the statistic is that like majority of women getting kidnapped are Native Americans and the police doesn't take it seriously. So that is an amazing cause to talk about. But Muslims and people from that region are often just ignored and their oppression goes by. Like when I talk about Palestine, I get a lot of flack just because people they're not educated to care. Because if they were to care, they would maybe understand that their country, in this case the US, is doing so much damage to that region that it's unspeakable. Like what you see that they do against black people at home, like multiply that by like hundreds and you'll see how many people they killed in Iraq, as an example. And I think the American people should stop avoiding to talk about this. If you're just a person, like a regular person, you're not responsible, but you are responsible to how you react to it, and if you raise awareness to it, that's your responsibility as an American, in my opinion. Just I try as a Romanian to talk about the Roma people and their plight, because I know that we have done a lot of wrong to Roma people, so that's something I'm actively trying to discuss with my friends and educate, and my family as well, because my family is not racist, but they have obviously blanks in their education when it comes to this kind of stuff. So I try my best. So I think if you're American, you should try your best and like condemn this and take stuff like this more seriously than some petty drama between Liam and Zayn, because I think that's disgusting. Yeah, I've ranted a lot. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up or comment down below what you think. Like I said, there are a few things that maybe I don't have the full nuance because I'm not either American or Japanese, but I am on the internet a lot and I read a lot. So if you have anything to correct me on, then feel free to do that, please. And subscribe to my channel for more. Usually I'm not this angry in videos, but this is just, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Bye.
Ever since the day that you